I'm telling you, the Sparks right now are doing the most shameless tanking I have ever seen, and it is hilarious. Like, it is absolutely, absolutely hilarious how shameless their tanking is. Like, we all know tanking is tanking. Like, teams tank, teams don't tank. It is what it is. But, like, when it's this shameless, I just find sometimes that you just have to laugh. You just have to laugh at some of them. But if you guys don't know, the LA Sparks played a game yesterday. Rickea Jackson, who's on screen right now, scored 16 points in the first quarter. The Sparks were up. Going into the fourth quarter, the Sparks were up 92-73. The Dallas Wings scored 113 points. They lost a 20-point fourth quarter lead in a tankathon game. Like, sometimes in games you need to win tankathons, sometimes you don't need to win. Like, if you want to look at the standings right here, you can see the Sparks are the last place team. The Wings are the second last place team. Sparks are on a 7-game losing streak. And we saw it against the Sky, by the way. We saw it against the Sky. Oh, the Sparks, Rickea Jackson's balling early in the game. Rickea, sit to the second half. You are sitting your ass down for the second half. Rickea Jackson, 16 points in the first quarter. In the end, absolutely hooping in the game. 9 of 15 from the field. 6 of 8 from 3. You're not only sitting in parts of the fourth quarter, we're not looking for you in the fourth. And also, not only that, we're like, last play of the game, you're not shooting it. You're not shooting it. Rickea Jackson, 25 points. Like, it is... Look, I don't think the players are trying to lose. Players never try to lose, and I stand by this. And a lot of the time, you can tell coaches not trying to lose. Like, people are talking about Teresa Weatherspoon potentially tanking the game yesterday by sending out, like, a really dumb lineup at the end of the game. Just so that they could try tank. They can't even get into the Paige Beckers conversation. But you just never know. But it's so close there at the bottom with the Mystics, the Wings, and the Sparks that you've got, especially when you're playing each other, you've got to win those games. And if you are the Mystics were looking so good. Like, if you want to go and look at Tankathon, the Mystics were looking great for... they do look great as far as the WNBA Tankathon goes. Like, the Mystics right now, because they have the Atlanta Dreams pick. Right now, the Mystics, with the second worst record, 2-year record, have got a 27% chance. Dallas right now, because Dallas were better last year, and so were the Mystics than the Sparks. The Sparks right now on their 2-year are 23. They are 3 wins back ahead of or behind these two teams. But yesterday, if they had won that game, people saying, oh, but like, it's only 1 game different. The WNBA is 2 years. Had they won that game against the Wings, which they were up 20 points going into the fourth, the Wings, and let's just say they win the game against Chicago, which realistically they didn't throw, but they didn't try to win. The Sparks then go 25-45 if they win those 2 games. And the Dallas Wings go 28-41. You might say, oh, that's like it's not that big a deal. But now, the Wings are 6.5 games ahead of instead of 3.5 games ahead. The Sparks they've got themselves the 44% chance of winning. And look, if you are Washington, it means Washington can at least go to win games. It means Dallas can go to win games. Because again, Dallas have Satu back. You've got Satu back, you got Howard back. Like, Dallas had 4 players score over 17 points. And there were 3 players that scored over 21 on the Sparks. Neither of these teams are good. But neither of these teams play defense. But, like, not even such a smart call, but, like, their tanking is impressive. Like, it is actually impressive tanking. And if the Sky do end up drop... The funniest part is if the Sky drop in, like, then they go with equal record with Dallas. So they have basically the same... Dallas have the same chance of getting that 1 pick. But You want Dallas. You don't want Dallas in this position right here if you are Los Angeles. Because there's a chance that the Sky fall into this pick right here. Which gives Dallas, if Dallas are here, it gives them a 4 or 37% chance of the number 1 pick. But if Dallas end up in this position here, which again, 1 game flip brings them closer to Washington, it gives them less of a chance if Chicago drop down. So the smartest loss we can see, but like they were up 20 going into the 4th. They were up 20. It is as shameless of tanking as I've seen because of the 2-year rule. The 1-year rule, you'd be like, oh, maybe it doesn't make that much difference. But no, the 2-year rule, with the fact that Chicago have that pick swap with Dallas, so they basically get Chicago's chances at number 1, and you just don't want Dallas to have as many chances as possible because you definitely don't want Paige Beckers going to Dallas. A team that is playing JC Sheldon at the 1, replacing JC Sheldon with Paige Beckers. Like, it is wild. It is absolutely, absolutely wild. Because everything is just, if you look on Twitter, everything is just about Kurt Miller tanking. Everything is about Kurt Miller. And it's like, oh, you better not, you better let Rickea Jackson shoot in the second half. Even at halftime of the game, they're like, you better let Rickea Jackson go off. Don't tank. Nope. She's reined back in. These Sparks are hilariously tanking. And I gotta give some credit where credit's due. They know that they're not good now. They know that the Sparks have not been good since, well, they won with NECA. Was it 2016 they won? But they know they don't really have that many vets other than Hamby on the team. So Paige Beckers is a must. Getting Paige Beckers to LA, I think she'll be happy out there. She'll be happy out playing in LA. And you're getting her to play with Rickea Jackson, who is looking like one of the best rookies in the W. Looking like one of the best scorers, young scorers in the WNBA. You're getting her to play with Cameron Brink, who they grew up playing with each other on national teams. You're getting her to play with Derek Hamby, who's an all-star. And they can definitely recruit somebody. You can definitely recruit somebody because Kurt Miller's not that bad a coach. You can recruit a 5th player, and then that is a great young team. And again, look, it's a league with 15 teams. It's not 15, sorry, 13 teams. So there's going to be a lot of quote-unquote like elite starting 5s with like 5 all-star level players. It's going to happen. But we're seeing now the Sparks having a really good future. We already know that the Wings are going to have a good future. If you are the Dallas Wings, you're good. The Mystics are going to have a good future. The Dream, you've got Ryan Howard. It is what it is for the Dream. They don't have their pick. But Chicago have also got their front court sorted. We know how bright Indiana's future is. Phoenix, I don't know, Selma. I don't know if they have any future at all. They don't even have their pick this. Well, they do have a pick. There's a pick swap with freaking New York. Vegas, I don't know what the hell happens. Was going to happen with them. Seattle, if they're in win now. Every team is either in win now or has a really bright future. Except for somehow the Liberty, who are both win now and have a bright future. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.